A Moment with Dr. Audreyann Moses.
Audreyann Moses, and this is A Moment with Dr. Audreyann, and today has been one of those blooper days, but I tell you what, the good thing about it is God is always has a moment for us. God always lets us have good times so that we can laugh. So laugh sometimes, enjoy yourself, even when you make little mistakes, enjoy yourself. Today, we are going to talk about personality. We're going to talk about how people act when they have arrived. You know what that means. When they have arrived. Do they help people? Do they help other people, or don't they? So I'm going to tell you a little story. A friend of mine, a really dear friend of mine and colleague, he was the chair of our psychology department at Hampton University, Dr. Adolph Brown, used to always tell the staff and the students, you can either be in the basement or the balcony. It's your choice. And I'm going to break that down some for you so you understand what it means. So there were two people, Mr. B and Miss B. Okay, so we're going to give them names just so that we don't get confused. So Mr. B is John B, and Miss B is Beatrice B. And so John and Beatrice both came up in regular families. They went to public school. They had basically the same opportunities when it came to education. They did not go to the same school. They did not live in the same city, so they did not know each other. But when we look at Mr. B grew up with opportunities for sports and all those sort of things. And he also was very, very good in math. And all of his other subjects, he did very well in school. He studied hard, and he allowed himself to do sports and academics. Beatrice also was very good in school, but she struggled in math. And John struggled some in math as well. But Beatrice really struggled in math, and the school that she went to did not think it was really important for girls to really care about math. So she did not have as much help in her class as John did. John's parents did get him a tutor. Beatrice's parents got her a tutor to help her, and because of the tutor, she was able to graduate with good grades, and she graduated with a very high GPA, She graduated in the first 5% of her class. He graduated in the 5% of his class. But there was a struggle. John had it a little bit easier than Beatrice did. So now it's time for college. They went to different colleges, and they picked different avenues that they wanted to go to. However, the same thing. John had different people always there to help him. There was somebody always there. His father made sure that he had all the resources that he needed in order to be successful in college. Beatrice, on the other hand, had some struggles. She, not academically, but just all around. She had to make sure she could get a good scholarship. She had to make sure that she picked the right classes. Again, the subject that she wanted to go into, people did not think that that was a subject that a girl should want to go into. And even in this day and age, we still have that struggle where people think that it's okay for a guy to be architect or an engineer or, a garbage man, but it's not okay for a girl, and that is a bad place to be in. So anyway, they went on through college, and, again, she had some struggles because, again, with math, and girls do have struggles with math, and they do better in it because they work harder in it. And sometimes guys struggle and they don't put forth a good effort because everybody assumes that guys are going to do great in math and science and that sort of thing. Well, as time went on, they finished their college and they went into their prospective jobs. Again, doors were opened for John because of his high GPA. Doors were opened for Beatrice because of her GPA. But the doors that were open for John were doors that were not necessarily available for Beatrice. Why? Because they came, even though their lifestyles, they both came up in a regular environment, but his dad had a few more connections, not, in the work world for the position that he wanted to take. So the story goes on, and John is moving up in his career. Beatrice is moving up in her career. They finally get to a point now, say 10 years later, they're finally getting to a point in their lives and in their careers where they have an opportunity to help others, to pull others up, to mentor others. This is where we start seeing basement and balcony mentality. John felt that he worked hard on his own. He felt that he did everything on his own, and just a few people here and there opened a door or whatever that helped him to move forward. He didn't even really give his parents credit for a lot of the things that he did. He said, well, yeah, my father knew so-and-so, but he did not credit the work that his parents did in order for him to move in the direction that he needed to move in. He felt it was all about him. He felt it was all about what he did, the pats on the back that he earned, the accolades that he earned, the promotions that he earned, and without any help from others. That's a balcony person. Beatrice, on the other hand, chose to reach back. She remembered how she struggled. She remembered the tutors that helped her in high school and in college. And so because of that, she was able to reach out and help some other people. And so we will be right back, and we'll tell you more about what it looks like when you run into people that are balcony or basement.
Yes, it's been a year and Tasty Wings is bringing you tasty wings and much more.
Tasty wings and seafood. Check out their tasty menu where everything is fresh and cooked to order. So whether you want Philly cheesesteak, shrimp, crab legs, country boil, fried oyster, and crawfish.
They have shrimp fried rice, chicken fried rice, beef fried rice, house fried rice.
Man, they even have 30 wing flavors. And you can also check out their combo special for $9.99 where you can get 10 wings, fries, and a drink. All of this is at Tasty Wings and Seafood, located 1711 Bypass 72 Northeast Greenwood.
They're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And every Sunday from 11:30 a.m. until 9 p.m.
You can always call ahead at 864-538-4416. That's 864-538-4416. That's Tasty Wings and Seafood.
I'm Mac Hardy. Come on down to McCormick Tire and Oil. We open Tuesday through Saturday from 7:30 to 5. And we specialize in oil, tires, and brakes, wheel bearings, CV axles. And but military discount is every day. And on Wednesday we have Senior Citizen Day. So come on down to McCormick Tire and Oil. We got everything you need. Thanks.
Hello, this is Dr. Audreyann Moses. Welcome back to A Moment with Dr. Audreyann Moses. So we are talking about Mr. John and Miss Beatrice, and we're talking about how their attitude and their character helped them to either be basement people or balcony people. John, as I said earlier, John was the type of person that felt that he was a self-achiever, he was self-made, he was just, it was all about him. It was all about what he did, how he did it, what he won, what academic awards he won, what sports awards he won, that there was really not a whole lot of help that he needed on the outside. And the help that he did get, he did not really acknowledge it like he should have. On the other hand, Beatrice made sure that she reached back and thanked the people that helped her. She gave people credit for helping her to move forward. Now, when she went into her into her job, she ran into a lot of issues because the type of position that she did, the field that she went into, there weren't a lot of women in that field. And so she had to deal with the men, and she had to hold her own with the men, and she did. And because of that, her supervisors and the corporate people in charge really looked at her, and they really liked her work. First, they liked her work, they liked her work ethic, they liked how she treated people, they liked how she was always willing to help. And because of that, she was able to move up in her position. John moved up in his position too, but sometimes John's moves were done because of who he knew, not necessarily because of what he did. He did a good job, he did his job well, but outside of that, there were some issues. His company had different social community events that they participated in. John didn't feel he needed to participate in those things, and a lot of times he didn't. And if he did go because he felt like he had to go, you could tell he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to help those people. He did not want to play along with the other staff. He didn't feel it was necessary. He could be at work or he could be doing something else. Unfortunately, that same attitude filtered over into his home life and into his family life with his children, because he pushed his children very hard, because he would say, I got mine on my own, you can get yours on your own. So if they did not do as well as he expected them to do, then he was hard on them. Maybe not abusive, but he was still hard. We do have not only just physical abuse. He wasn't physically abusive to them, but he was emotionally abusive to them. And so he squashed a lot of their dreams, and he squashed a lot of their desire to want to do things, because it wasn't at his caliber, and he felt they just wasn't doing what they could, and he pushed them really hard. Of course, his wife stepped in when she had to protect her children emotionally, but still a lot of the times because he felt that he did everything on his own, that what help did his children need? They shouldn't need any help because they're his children. So as we go on, years go on, and as I said, they got to a position where now they were able to continue to train people and train people on a different caliber. Be able to help, be able to go out into the community. John did not want to do those things, but Beatrice did. She went out and she did tutoring in community centers, because she knew for a fact that if she had not had tutors, that she would not be where she is now, because she would not have been able to pass the math. And so she went out and she tutored math and science in community centers. The people that worked under her, she made sure they had proper training for their job. She made sure that there was always some extracurricular something going on that would help them to achieve in their job as well as in the community. John, on the other hand, he only provided for them what the work environment provided. He did not go out of his way to help his employees. He did not go out of his way to help them to be able to understand things better. They went to college, they should know. And he was really hard on a lot of them because of that. Those are the things that his supervisors and his corporate leaders did not like about him. And because of that, he missed out on some opportunities because he did not show humanity. He showed work ethic, but he did not show human effort to be able to really help people. So now you have the scenarios of both people. So I'm sure you can guess who's the balcony, who's the basement person. And let's talk a little bit about what that actually means when we talk about what it, when you look at a basement person. Everybody in their lives has had an opportunity to either be basement or to be balcony. Which one you chose was really based on how you felt you got to where you are. If you felt that you got to where you are on your own, if you felt you did not need people, if you felt you did not need a big push, yes, there was a tutor here and there. Yes, there was a teacher here and there. Yes, your parents were here. Yes, there was a supervisor that sent you to a class that you didn't ask for. You did not ask for. They sent you to it because they felt that it would help you either to do your job better or to put you in a better position. But you didn't consider all of those to be help. You just considered them to be something that you deserved anyway. If that's the type of person you are, or if you know people that are like that, then help them to understand that that basement mentality is not healthy. That basement mentality only puts you more and more deeper in a hole where you feel that it's only you, that only you can do these things, only you can run the show. If you are on a committee and you feel that only you are able to run that committee, only you are able to make the rules, only you are able to do these things and these other people are not, that's not a good thing. Last time we talked about temperament and we talked about character and we talked about how you have to be careful that you don't have a temperament that makes you look as if you think that you're the Mr. and Mrs. It, that nobody else is capable. And that's kind of what basement people do. Basement people tend to feel like nobody is, first of all, nobody is going to be as good as them. And if you want to be as good as them, then you need to figure it out on your own because you are not going to help them. That's a sad way to be. God did not put us on this earth to be isolated from other people. God put us on this earth to share, not only food, not only money, but our talents, to share our talents, to share our knowledge, for others, to help others to move forward. the Bible says the poor will be with us always, but it didn't say that we have to ignore them. It didn't say that that we are supposed to not help people so that they can be better. And when the Bible talks about poor, yes, it's talking about financially, but it's also talking about emotionally. It's talking about spiritually. It's talking about health. It's talking about all of those things. So if we help people, then they are able to, based on what we teach them, then they are able to do better, just like we did better because somebody taught us. John felt that the teaching he received was what he was supposed to receive, and the people that did it because that was their job, not because they wanted to see him do better, that they wanted to see him succeed. So he felt that everybody else can get the same thing that he got, the same way he got it, not recognizing that all of those people were helping him to move forward. So we'll talk about Beatrice in a minute. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is Dr. Audreyann Moses, and we are talking about basement and balcony people. So we were just talking about John and about how John felt he was not responsible for other people being successful, that it wasn't his job or desire to mentor people or to tutor people or anything, because if they were capable enough to get hired for the job, then they should know what they're doing, and if they don't, then they need to figure it out. So he did not do any of those things, even though all of those things were done for him. Balcony people balcony people are the exact opposite of John. Beatrice, as she became, all throughout her career, she was always trying to help others. As I said earlier, she donated her time for tutoring to help tutor others, because she knew if it wasn't for the tutors that she would not be in the position she's in today. And so she tutored at community centers, she tutored at the local college, and she just felt that it was her job to help other people, that she had that responsibility. Her employers saw that in her, and they really liked that, how she helped the other employees, even if they weren't under her. If someone came to her for help, then she would help them, teach them whatever it is they needed to know. And because of that, they put her in positions where she was more able to be able to do that. As she went along, she felt that it was her responsibility to give back to the community the things that she received from the community. She felt it was her responsibility to help people, you know, even with her own family and her children and her nieces and nephews. She made sure they had tutors. She made sure that they had everything, every tool that was available to them. She made sure that they recognized those tools, that they recognized what was available to them so that they could move forward. Now, if they chose it, they chose it. If they didn't, they didn't, because everybody has a right to choose. God gave us that choice. Some people choose to be basement, some people choose to be balcony. But as it went along, she was able to help people to understand how important it is to reach back and pull others up. You know, if we continue to reach back, even if we only, you know, they say, reach one, teach one. You know, you mentor one person, you mentor, you help one child, you help one family, you help one homeless person. You have done a phenomenal job just helping one, because that one can help one, and that one may help two. You know, so don't feel that it's not your responsibility. It is not. God expects us all to help each other. Again, if you choose not to, then that's up to you. But we should want to give back to the community, because every last one of us got to some place because of the help of others. Nobody was born into this world alone. Nobody lived throughout this world life alone, and nobody, you know, when you die, but you will die with people that you helped, or even people that you didn't help. You're going to leave all those people behind. So I just want to leave with you this thought. There are many examples in the Bible of people who portrayed both basement and balcony personalities. However, even if you are not a Bible reading person, you know the golden rule, which is Matthew 7:12. And I took this from the Clear Word, and it says, "So do the same good things for others that you would want them to do for you." That's what the law and the prophets are all about. Do good. You want people to do good for you. Do good for them. You know, that you can sit and think back on all the times that you have asked someone for help, and you remember if someone helped you or if someone didn't. And you remember the struggle that you had if someone did not help you, and you had to figure it out on your own. So that was not a good feeling. I know it wasn't. And if because of that you became a basement person, please move out of the basement. Help somebody else. Move to the balcony. Help somebody else. Don't treat others the way you want to be treated. Treat others in a way that would not only acknowledge you as a good person, but acknowledge the God that you serve. Help others. Also, if you just read about the life of Christ, you will see he lived his life teaching and showing others how they should live and help others in order to have a better life. Now that you know which you are you basement or are you balcony? Thank you very much. This is Dr. Audreyann Moses, and this is A Moment with Dr. Audreyann Moses, and I will see you next time. God bless you.